So we've told you all the fun things about Los Angeles. Would you want to know what it's like to raise a family here?
We're going to give you the top 5 reasons why it's great to raise a family here in Los Angeles.
What's up, everybody? This is Adam Rosal, and this is the real deal David Fine from the Real Estate Dads, coming to you from Los Angeles, California. If this is your first time at our channel, we do tons of videos about what it's like to live here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. Seriously, we get tons of emails, phone calls, text messages about people thinking about relocating and moving to Los Angeles. So if you're thinking about making the move, make sure you reach out to us however way you want. Text, phone call, DM us, whatever's most convenient for you, and we'll make sure we have your back when you're moving to Los Angeles. Now, as we mentioned before, you're probably familiar with a lot of fun things to do in LA. You've heard the glitz, the glamour, but maybe the question is it cool to raise a family here in Los Angeles? So that's the reason why we're bringing you this top 5 list. And we're gonna start with number 1 right now. And yes, we've talked about this ad
numerous
nauseam.
times.
Yep. Number 1 reason is the weather.
Weather.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you have kids, you kind of want them to be outside a lot of the times.
Absolutely. I mean, we have cabin fever, and we just let them go to the backyard and do whatever they want.
Yeah, and really the weather allows us to just let the kids play year round. And there's so many more things centered around the weather, which we'll get to later in this list. But the basics are, it's just fun. The kids get restless. I mean, You've been there, we've been there. They're in the house, they're going bonkers, running around, jumping on furniture. If the weather's good, you just let them out.
Just go outside.
Because it's amazing here,
Yeah.
sunny. They just go. We're chilling in the house. We got some parent time, some alone time. Which
Sandbox.
Is nice. Wait, we're in the sandbox?
Everyone's in sandbox.
Everybody's in the sandbox. Yes, but what's fun is, like, I remember growing up here in LA, and when I was a kid, I was constantly outside playing hide and seek, riding my bike, playing tag, just going on adventures.
I still can't find you.
But in all seriousness, it was just like the best thing for a kid is being outside, playing with your friends in the neighborhood. And so it's nice that we can provide that for our kids now that we're grown-ups with a family. And
You can
so
say now that we're old.
now that we're old.
Yeah.
But seriously, I know we've talked about it, but really, until you've experienced the weather here year-round and you have a family, you'll completely understand how amazing it is that you can just do family activities and let the kids go wild.
Yep.
All right, we're on number 2, the second reason why it's great to raise a family here in Los Angeles, and that is the active activities. Yes.
Not to be confused with non-active activities.
Yes, I know it's redundant.
Yeah, active activities.
But look, we all want our kids to be active.
Right.
It's good for them. It's good for us. And the big thing we have here is the beach. Of course, everyone knows and heard about the beaches in Los Angeles, and it's true. We all take advantage of it, all the way from Malibu in the north down to Redondo Beach to the south. And it's just a great place to take the family, fun place to let the kids go wild. I mean, the ocean's beautiful. The sand is vast, and
it's open. They can build sand castles. They could do some body surfing.
Yeah,
some boogie boarding,
beach volleyball. It's just growing up here, growing up in LA as a kid was really cool. When I was too young to get on a bus myself or ride my bike to the beach, every weekend, each family in the neighborhood would take all the kids and go to the beach and pretty much spend the whole day there. And as a kid, I mean, there was nothing better, especially during the summer, really year round. But being out of school, being at the beach, like that was the thing to do as a kid. And as we got older, we would take the bus over there, the number 8. Number 8 was the bus.
I took the 8.
And then, or ride our bike if we wanted to, get a little bit more active activity in there. But that's just what we did. I mean, that's kind of what you do, especially if you're on the west side of LA. You go to the beach.
Well, that's funny. You went to the beach more often than I did. I played a lot of sports during the summer months,
Yep.
even during the winter months because the weather's so great here. I mean, we took the bus everywhere to go play hoops at UCLA, at Westwood, at Santa Monica. So that was my active activity was always getting out to play hoops.
Okay, so I did a lot of stuff at the beach, and it seemed like you were at the park.
Yeah, I did a lot more at the parks and at the local colleges because they had open basketball.
Oh, nice.
So we took the number 12.
Yep.
You took the 8. I
Yep.
took the number 12 from Beverlywood to Westwood.
Yeah.
And we played hoops from 10 to 6. And we just got out. That's what we did.
And it's really cool because there's so many parks in LA. Each neighborhood has their own park,
Yeah.
and then they're outdoor basketball courts for what you were playing.
Yeah, and some parks have volleyball areas, a lot of soccer fields, baseball fields.
Yep.
And it's typically there's always a lot of people out playing.
Yeah, and then not only that, but then so that's what keeps you kind of local, right? Your beach
Yep.
and your parks.
Yep.
But then we have a lot of activities that are just a short drive away.
Yep.
Relatively short. But you can do camping.
You can go camping,
in
you
the
can go hiking.
Go hiking and
go
skiing. So LA really provides just this whole outdoor activity experience. And yes,
Again,
I said it again.
A2.
Well, look, that's because this leads us into number 3.
Number 3,
Which is our non-active activities.
relaxing activities.
Right. And that would be like we have the zoo, Los Angeles Zoo here is an amazing spot to go, taking your family, taking your kids. The kids just love running around. You see all the animals. We've got animals from all over the world. I remember also going there as a kid and really enjoying that and taking my son Eli and my little one, 9-month-old Oak there. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And let's see what else. Besides zoos, we've got
Museums.
Yeah, so many museums that are also geared specifically for kids. We've got Discovery Cube, which they have this kind of environmental science touch to it. And then you've got
Even the La Brea Tar Pits. There's
Yeah.
a lot of outdoor areas for you to just look at all the exhibits.
dude, seeing those like the dinosaurs when I was a kid.
That's really
I was
cool.
like, oh yeah. So kids love it. I loved it growing up. I know our kids love it. They even have this cool thing where you can pull up like try to pull the pole out of the tar.
Did you talk about the Noah's Ark before?
Yeah. So at the Skirball Museum.
Right, that's going on right now.
Yeah, which everyone thinks Skirball, adult driven, but they have a special exhibit that's actually permanent. It's called the Noah's Ark Experience. And everything's made out of recycled material. They recreate the whole Noah's Ark, all the animals, and they tell the story from start to finish. And it's very interactive for the kids, and it's great as adults because you let them run wild, and it's just a fun experience to see the joy on them.
I need to take my family there.
Definitely should do that.
Yeah.
They have Kids Space, that's more Pasadena, but kind of close enough within the LA area. Again, that's kind of a science-based.
Yeah.
It's a science museum.
It's relative.
Yeah, but then also, your science museums, your art museums. We've got tons of museums, and it's just they always have stuff geared for kids, special events. In addition to those, you have the theater, you have the movies, you've got plays. So there's just a lot of
Relaxed activities.
yeah. So it's cool. You can be active, you can be relaxed, but either way, there's so many things to do with the family here. This brings us to our 4th reason why it's great to raise a family here in Los Angeles, and that is the amount of hobbies that your kids can really get into here.
Yeah, from cooking class to space camp to art history. There's a lot that you can do here.
Ballet,
Gymnastics.
What's cool about Los Angeles is that it really gives your family and your kids so much exposure to all this culture and different things that they can get into, which then kind of allows them to figure out who they are and what they like.
Absolutely.
Where you're not just pigeonholed into a certain activity or a certain interest. And so it's been fun. We've taken Eli to gymnastics class. He's in T-ball now. We've done some, arts and craft places. We want to do a cooking one with him.
Yeah.
So just exposure. And as a kid growing up, I remember doing this as well. And I felt like it allowed me to expand my horizons, expand my mind, and figure out what I like.
Well, that's funny. I did science camp back in the day. I did math camp. Oliver's done some rock climbing. So there's oh my God, there's just so much for you to choose from when you get here in LA.
Yeah, and you can find these places. But they have art classes and you have ballet studios, but even the museums that we talked about earlier, they offer a lot of these camps too. You mentioned science camp.
Yeah.
I remember going to like some rocket
Astro camp.
Oh, Astro camp.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And so again, just know when you moving to LA, it's such a vast city and we're so culturally diverse and we have so many different interests here as a people that your kids will be exposed to all this. And we think it's really exciting and we think it's great for kids to just be exposed to everything like that.
Absolutely.
All right, we're on our 5th reason of why it's great to raise a family here in Los Angeles, and we touched upon it a little bit in reason 4, and we mentioned diversity, and it's true. We have a diverse group of people that live here in Los Angeles, and we're completely exposed to pretty much every culture you can imagine here.
Yeah, what they say about LA being a melting pot, there are a lot of different cultures, there are a lot of diverse foods and ethnicities for you to learn from and be exposed to.
Yep.
So yeah, it's great to really learn from other people.
Yeah, and I found growing up, I didn't really think anything of it. Like I had friends from everywhere and their background was from everywhere and it was fun. I'd go to a friend's house and the Korean ancestry and I would eat their food. Same with, I had friends that had Japanese ancestry and I was exposed to food that I wasn't eating at home and just the culture and artwork and everything in their home. And it just, for me, I didn't think anything of it as a kid, but now that I'm an adult, I realize how much I've learned just being around people.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because, food is a huge part of my upbringing. So when I'm eating different food from different cultures, it's like heaven to me. So right now, our kids are eating, and my kid's 5 years old. He's eating a lot of diverse foods from Japanese food, Korean food, to Middle Eastern food.
My son loves Thai food.
Oh, Thai food.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
And what's fun is in class, or not class, but our kids are in daycare, preschool.
Yeah.
And even in school, they celebrate all the cultures that you can imagine. And so they get exposed to different holidays. And again, we go back to food and art and they participate in this. And it really, again, exposes and expands their horizons as kids. And so they grow up understanding a little bit better and just, I think it feels like it brings people together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then also, when you think about the museums and we have different parades and different events, all based around our different cultures. Plus, we have little neighborhoods that are dedicated,
to specific cultures and ethnicities.
We got Chinatown, Little Japantown, Koreatown, Ethiopiatown, Alvarez Street. You name it, we've got it, and that is also fun taking the family to because it's something that they may not be exposed to at your own home, but they get to see it out in the real world, and just it's a fun thing to do. Cool. Well, you saw our top 5, but we do have a bonus. It's actually kind of 2 bonuses in one.
2 for 1.
And another reason why it's so fun and great to raise a family here in Los Angeles is we've got a great sports atmosphere and we have a fun amusement park atmosphere.
Yeah.
So let's start with sports. We've mentioned before, we are the city of
champions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of sports teams. We've got 2 baseball teams, 2 basketball teams, 2 soccer teams, 2 football teams. Do we have 2 hockey teams?
Well, yeah.
We're counting Anaheim, which considers themselves LA sometimes.
Yeah.
But in any event,
and that's not even talking about the collegiate atmosphere.
Yeah.
We could run it down. We got the Lakers, we got the Dodgers, we got the Clippers.
And because, again, we have such fantastic weather year-round, we can do pretty much any sport any time of the year.
Exactly.
And that's what is fun about this is that we can play basketball outside, baseball outside in the fall and the winter. Same with soccer. We're not just waiting for seasonal times to play these sports. Mm-hmm. So not only do we have the sporting atmosphere and on the professional level and the college level where you can go and view them. Mm-hmm. And if you're a big sports family, there's plenty of events to go to, but you can also participate.
Yeah.
And that's why we feel like sports here is a really big deal in Los Angeles.
Huge draw.
So if you are a sports family, this is a great city to be in. And if you're not, it's cool too, because a lot of times you just go to these sporting events and you're just hanging out with friends and family and just having a good time. But it's a good place to just gather and be around people. Now, other part of the bonus is amusement parks.
Oh my goodness. Disneyland, Magic Mountain, Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios.
Raging Waters.
Raging Waters. I mean, there's so much you could see here in terms of rides. If you like roller coasters, this is the place.
I can't do Magic Mountain anymore. I can't handle it. But
Yeah, I mean, we're that old.
yeah, just can't do it. But
No.
it's cool. So whatever your level of excitement you want in an amusement park, we've got it here.
Yeah.
Universal Studios is fun because it's centered around our Hollywood scene, which everyone knows about in Los Angeles. So you get to be in backstages of studios and kind of see how movies and TV is made.
Yep.
That's something that's pretty unique. And Disneyland, I mean, everyone knows about
Everyone knows
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
It's Mickey Mouse, right? Goofy,
Donald
Duck, all the old school characters that we grew up on. Knott's Berry Farm is fun. They've got, to me, they still have the best Halloween event, which is Knott's Scary Farm.
I thought you were gonna say funnel cake.
Man, see,
Food. Yeah, food.
Funnel cake.
Centered around
They
food.
actually do have the best funnel cake.
Yeah, I think it's boysenberry season too.
Berry season, yeah. But again, these amusement parks are fun year round because we can go to them year round, and for the seasons and holidays, they really do it up. So it's not something you're going to do all the time because,
Regularly.
quite frankly, it's expensive. So we definitely suggest getting maybe the annual pass.
But it's cool to have it in your backyard.
Exactly. And then when people come and visit you,
Right.
it's something that you can take people to.
Right.
So that's your bonus, sports and amusement parks. We hope you enjoyed the video. We've got more coming up. And as always, stay tuned to this channel, subscribe,
Subscribe and hit the bell.
hit the bell, stay notified.
Ding.